Most out-of-state buyers make the same mistake, and it costs them either the home they wanted or thousands of dollars they didn't have to spend. In this video, we're going over exactly how to buy a home in Sarasota as an out-of-state buyer, the right order of operations, what's different about this market versus where you're coming from, and how to make sure you're not the person who flies down, falls in love with a house, and then loses it because you weren't prepared. I'm Alex Chau, a luxury property specialist and certified waterfront specialist here in Sarasota, and I'm a Sarasota native. I've helped buyers relocate here from all over the country, and the ones who have the smoothest experience are almost always the ones who did the groundwork before they ever booked a flight. That's what this video is about. Let's walk through it. Step 1, and I cannot stress this enough, is to get your financing sorted before you do anything else. Not before you tour, not before you make an offer, before you even start seriously searching. In Sarasota's market, especially at the higher price points, sellers want to know you're real before they engage. A pre-approval letter from a lender, ideally one familiar with Florida real estate, or proof of funds if you're buying in cash, needs to be in your hand before the right property shows up. Because when the right property shows up, you won't have 3 days to figure it out. The buyers who lose homes in this market almost always lost them in the preparation phase, not the offer phase. Of course, I can help you contact a lender that does local work and can get you on the right track. Step 2 is to get clear on your lifestyle before you get clear on your neighborhood. This sounds obvious, but most buyers skip it. They go straight to Zillow, start filtering by price and beds and baths, and they end up touring homes in 3 completely different parts of the city with no real framework for why they're looking, where they're looking. One of my favorite steps is doing a buyer consultation to help you figure this out. That way, your search results are targeted and return homes that could actually be a good match for you. I start imagining you in neighborhoods, living out the lifestyle that you've described. I also start putting feelers out for any upcoming or off-market listings that could be a good fit for you. Sarasota is not one market. It's a collection of distinct communities, each with its own personality and price point. Do you want walkability? Downtown or Southside Village? Water access? You're in West of Trail or on the Keys. Family focused with strong school zoning? Cherokee Park, South Trail Corridor, Sky Ranch. Golf and resort lifestyle? There are incredible communities in both Sarasota and Manatee County for that. Answering the lifestyle question first is what makes your tour days actually productive. Before I dive into step number 3, if you're doing this level of research, I want to be sure you have the right resource. I put together a free guide called the Sarasota Relocation Guide. It covers things like top neighborhoods, the real cost of ownership, today's market conditions, and so much more. It's the resource I walk serious buyers through before they start touring. The link is in the description below. It's totally free, so be sure to grab it. Step 3 is to understand what's different about buying in a Florida coastal market versus where you're coming from. And this is where a lot of out-of-state buyers get surprised. The purchase price is not the number you should be budgeting around. It's the total cost of ownership. Florida homeowners insurance has increased significantly in recent years, and coastal properties carry meaningfully higher premiums than what most buyers are used to. Roof age is the single biggest driver of your insurance rate. A roof over 15 years old can make a property very difficult to insure affordably. Flood zone designation varies block by block here, and high-risk zones require separate flood insurance on top of your standard policy. HOA fees in some downtown condo buildings run $1,500 to $3,000 a month. Florida doesn't have state income tax, so that can help offset some of the other fees that may be higher than what you're used to paying. None of this means don't buy. It means know the full picture before you fall in love with a number. And now, step 4. And this is where out-of-state buyers have a real advantage if they use it correctly. Today's Sarasota market has more negotiating room than it's had in the last 2 to 3 years, and buyers who understand that are using it. Days on market are longer. Inventory at the 1 to 3 million range has expanded. A growing number of sellers have already reduced their price once, which tells you something important about their flexibility. If you're a prepared, pre-approved buyer making a clean offer on a property that's been sitting 45 days or longer, you have genuine leverage. The buyers who don't capture that leverage are usually the ones who didn't do the research, got emotionally attached to a specific property, and negotiated from a position of urgency rather than preparation. When we make an offer, we will know the comparables, know how long the home has been listed, know if the seller has already moved, and use these pieces of information and more to help get you the best deal on your new home. Step 5 is to think carefully about your visit strategy. Most out-of-state buyers plan one trip, try to see everything, and make a decision under pressure. What actually works better is a 2-visit visit approach. First trip, neighborhood reconnaissance. Drive the areas at different times of day. Walk the streets, have dinner in Southside Village, spend a morning on Siesta Key. The goal is to narrow down where you want to live before you start touring homes seriously. I'm actually filming this video from 6489 Gulfside Drive on Longboat Key, which was built by Seaward Homes, staged by Clive Daniel, and is currently for sale. Second trip, targeted tours with your agent focused on the 2 or 3 neighborhoods you've already decided are the right fit. That structure turns a stressful guessing game into a focused, confident process. If 2 trips aren't in the cards, the neighborhood reconnaissance is the most important. If you leave with a good feel for the neighborhood, but the perfect house wasn't available at the time, I am able to do virtual showings, so when a good one does come on the market, we can see it. Since we've already been out looking at homes at that point, I have a pretty good feel for your style, floor plan flow, and more that you desire. Many people get it under contract, then book a flight to see it during the inspection period. However, I've sold many a property where the buyer never steps foot in it until after closing. It may sound a little crazy, but that's why the neighborhood reconnaissance step is so important. And so far, I have all happy customers. And step 6, work with an agent who actually knows this market from the inside. Sarasota's micro markets behave differently, sometimes block by block. Off-market inventory is real, especially above the 2 million mark. The best properties at that level often never hit Zillow or Realtor.com. They move through local networks. Real estate is hyper-local. A well-connected local agent is not a nice to have in this market. At certain price points, it's the only path to the full inventory picture. And that wraps up this one. If you would like my personal assistance with real estate here in Sarasota, my contact details can be found below. Please feel free to reach out.